Imagine a car so efficient that NASA engineers thought their computers were broken when they tested it. A vehicle that can go up to 1,000 miles on a single charge, powers itself with sunlight, and believe it or not, can actually float. Sounds like science fiction? Well, welcome to Aptera, the solar-powered vehicle rewriting the rules of what a car can be. Today, we're diving into 10 things you probably didn't know about Aptera, from the secret features hidden in its design, to its wild NASA connection, to why it might just be the future of personal transportation. Let's get started. You've heard of keyless entry. You've heard of voice activation. But Aptera has something even cooler, a secret knock. Yes, really. 2 simple knocks near the door or trunk, and the vehicle unlocks as if by magic. But here's the kicker. The engineers at Aptera are experimenting with a master knock, a pattern that opens both doors and the trunk simultaneously. It's a small touch, but it captures Aptera's philosophy perfectly. Innovation doesn't always mean adding complexity. Sometimes it's about rethinking simplicity. During an Instagram live session, Aptera's team casually dropped a fascinating hint. They're considering sunroof options after the initial launch. Now, a sunroof might sound ordinary until you realize Aptera's roof is covered with solar cells that charge the vehicle as you drive. Integrating a sunroof into that sleek solar layout is a serious design challenge, but if they pull it off, it could make the Aptera one of the most stunning EVs ever built. A sunroof version would bring not just light into the cabin, but also a sense of openness that complements Aptera's futuristic aerodynamic form. The team calls it an early concept, but knowing Aptera, early concepts have a way of becoming revolutionary realities. Here's something that truly sets Aptera apart. Every vehicle that rolls off the production line is slightly better than the one before it. Unlike traditional automakers that release next generations every few years, Aptera integrates continuous design and engineering improvements into production as soon as they're ready. That means Aptera number 40,000 will actually be more refined than Aptera number 4,000, which was already more advanced than number 400. In other words, when you reserve an Aptera, you're not just getting a car, you're getting a continuously evolving piece of innovation. That's the kind of thinking usually reserved for software companies, not car manufacturers. And speaking of software, Aptera isn't just improving its hardware. It's built for constant evolution through over-the-air updates. We've already heard whispers of some features in the pipeline: an anti-theft or sentry mode, a pet mode that keeps the cabin temperature comfortable, and remote temperature control through the mobile app. But those are just the beginning. The real magic lies in how Aptera has designed its hardware to stay relevant for years, allowing software upgrades to unlock new capabilities without needing a new car. It's like getting a better Aptera while it's parked in your garage. Here's a fact that shocks most people. The Aptera has 1/4 the number of parts of a normal car. That's not a typo. Because of its hyper-efficient 3-wheel design, it's mechanically simple and can often be worked on with common hand tools. The entire body is designed to be easily disassembled and reassembled, which means repairs and upgrades won't require specialized service centers. In a world where EVs are becoming increasingly complex, Aptera's simplicity feels like a bold rebellion, one that empowers the owner rather than locking them out. When people hear solar car, they imagine something slow and experimental. But the Aptera's tri-motor all-wheel drive version goes from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds faster than the Porsche 718 Cayman GTS. Here's the twist. That's the performance spec for the 400-mile version. According to Aptera's co-CEO Chris Anthony, the 600 and 1,000-mile versions will be slightly slower, while the 250-mile variant will actually be a bit faster. Physics explains why. Heavier battery packs mean more range, but also more mass to move. So, if you ever find yourself drag racing in an Aptera, not that we're recommending it, you might want to bet on the 250-mile all-wheel drive model. If you're an Aptera fan, you might already know Chris McCammon, the company's content specialist. But here's something you probably didn't know. Chris has been deeply involved in Aptera's autonomy and safety systems. Before joining Aptera, he worked at Comma.ai, the company behind the open-source self-driving platform OpenPilot. He led communications and later became head of production and experience that now feeds directly into Aptera's safety pilot and future autonomous driving features. Aptera is currently experimenting with level 2 autonomy features like adaptive cruise control and lane centering that will eventually be upgradable via software. The company's CTO, Nathan Armstrong, has hinted that several existing self-driving systems could be integrated almost plug and play. Among them, Comma.ai remains a strong candidate. So, while Aptera's focus is on safety first, the seeds of a self-driving future are already being planted. Behind Aptera's striking design is Jason Hill, Chief of Design and a man with nearly 3 decades of experience redefining how vehicles look and feel. Early in his career, he designed concept vehicles for Mercedes-Benz and was a lead designer for the Porsche Carrera GT. So when he joined Aptera, he brought with him an obsession for form following function. When the co-CEOs initially calculated that the Aptera could hit 500 to 600 miles of range, Jason didn't hesitate. He challenged them, why stop there? Let's go for 1,000. That moment sparked the engineering push that led to Aptera's legendary 1,000-mile range version. Even the solar cell layout on the car's surface has a story. Initially, the team used a standard grid pattern, but Jason realized something wasn't quite right. He rotated the cells 45 degrees into a diamond pattern, instantly creating space for 25–30% more cells and giving Aptera its signature futuristic look. That's not just design. That's innovation disguised as beauty. This one's almost too good to believe. Back in Aptera's early days, the team sent their prototype model to NASA's Langley Research Center to test its aerodynamics using a digital wind tunnel. When NASA engineers ran the simulation, they thought something had gone wrong. Aptera's drag coefficient, a measure of how efficiently it moves through air, came out to just 0.09. That's roughly half of most modern supercars. NASA actually called the company convinced the data was wrong. Aptera's founders ended up explaining ground effect physics to NASA engineers, the very people who study aerodynamics for spacecraft. If that's not validation, nothing is. Even NASA was stunned by how aerodynamic Aptera truly is. Here's a fun bit of trivia. The original Aptera prototype appeared in the 2009 Star Trek movie, and later made a cameo in Family Guy. The fact that a solar-powered vehicle made it from the lab to pop culture says a lot about how iconic its design already is. But let's end on the question everyone asks. Does it float? Nathan Armstrong, Aptera's CTO, answered this himself. Yes, absolutely. Even with the doors open, it'll still float. The car's body is shaped like a boat hull, meaning it's naturally buoyant. If you drove into water at just the right speed, you might even skip along the surface before settling in. It's not a boat, of course, but the fact that it could be is just another reminder of how unique this machine really is. The Aptera isn't just a car, it's a statement of possibility. A vehicle that defies assumptions about what's practical, what's efficient, and what's even possible in modern engineering. Every inch of its design serves a purpose. Every feature challenges convention. It's part car, part solar generator, part engineering marvel, and maybe a glimpse into how transportation could look in the future. So, whether you're an EV enthusiast, a tech dreamer, or just someone who loves clever ideas that push boundaries, Aptera is worth keeping your eyes on. Because the next revolution in mobility might not come from a billion-dollar automaker. It might come from a company that dared to build something so efficient, even NASA couldn't believe it.